Welcome to Serengeti's newest webinar. In our webinar series, we cover testimonials from our valuable clients. Today, I'll be speaking to Branimir Liker, a head of development at Nexi Croatia, a member of Nexi Group, European paytech company, and a top-of-the-class technological infrastructure go-to place for financial institutions, central banks, companies, and public companies in the field of payments, cards, network services, and capital markets. Branimir, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, for the beginning, I would like to hear more about you. Just sneak peek into your CV. Tell us what you do, what's your background, and what do you do at Nexi?
Well, I'm Chief Information Officer in Nexi Croatia in Slovenia. Actually, we have two offices, one office in Zagreb, the main office, and the other one in Koper, Slovenia. I'm responsible for development of IT platforms, systems, applications that we develop in-house in the company. And basically, we provide payment card services to our clients in both in Croatia and in South Central Europe and the region and around Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia, and countries in our local area. Well, by background, I'm a software engineer, and
Of course,
yes. And I finished the university in Zagreb, electrotechnical faculty. I basically graduated in the area of databases. That was a long time ago, in '95. Very soon after graduating, I moved to United States. I spent several years working in Silicon Valley for a couple of Silicon Valley giants, let me say that way. I used to be with AT&T, for example, Canon, and I spent almost 4 years working with Cisco systems. In 2004, I decided to move back to the homeland, so back to Croatia, and at that point I joined Ericsson. So I switched a little bit, let's say, area to telecom industry. Although it was pretty much close to what I did in Cisco. So Cisco is provider of network equipment and equipment mostly for telecom. And I've continued to work as a software engineer also here in Croatia for Ericsson. In 2006, I decided to, let's say, completely switch the industry, the type of industry, and joined PBZ card. So payment card industry, which...
So you moved to the dark side then?
To the dark side, yes, we can say, yeah. Completely changed the area, and since then I'm part of the payment industry and been working with companies who were basically successors of PBZ card, changing owners, changing let's say titles of the company, but keeping the pretty much the same employer from the beginning. So currently the company is part of the Nexi Group. Nexi is one of the leading European payment card service providers and companies that are basically one of the major paytech companies in Europe.
Okay.
So that's in short the background and what I did so far and where I currently.
That's what you currently do. Nice portfolio.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So tell us about, we've been working with Nexi for years now. What do you see and what is the Nexi's vision for the future, and just like a brief overview of the vision and the goals.
Yeah, sure. So as I said, Nexi Group is one of the leading paytech companies in Europe, and the vision is the strategy idea is basically to become the leading European paytech and payment card processor. But at the same time, the vision is to have our clients, so mainly the banks that we process, at the first place. So meaning the customer comes first. So that's where the company motto comes in, and company motto says that basically we are European by the scale and local by heart. So meaning that we want to be the top-notch payment cards processor in Europe and provide top-notch services to our clients on a European and world scale, but at the same time take care of every client in a local area. So each entity that is part of the group, the first goal is to provide excellent service to our clients.
Great. Now, let's talk a little bit about Exact project. What is it actually, and how does it fit into Nexi's broader strategy?
Sure. So Exact is, let's say, one of the, I like to say, platforms and systems that we develop in Nexi Croatia. Mm-hmm. It is part of our broader application portfolio and architectural layout. What is characteristic for Nexi Croatia is that we built many of, or the most of those systems and applications in-house, meaning with our own workforce, with our own engineers, with our own resources, let's say that way. And Exact is for sure not the only one. There are many other systems that we develop in-house, but Exact takes the central place in our architecture layout. So I would say that this is the platform consisted of several applications, modules that interact with many other systems, for example, in authorization area on the front-end side, or with data warehouse in reporting area, with fraud management systems, many other applications and systems that we, as I said, develop internally. So I would say not the only, but one of the most important systems that we have in architecture layout.
We have been partners for years now. I don't even know how many years. How has this relationship with Serengeti evolved over the years, and what do you think are the key factors that actually contributed to the longevity of our relationship?
Yeah, that's true. We've been partners for a long time. I believe a little bit more than 9 years, I guess. So basically the relationship with Serengeti started in 2012, if I remember correctly, when we started to develop and, I would say, scale the Exact platform to be able to onboard new clients, new banks, and start to process new clients and basically new business opportunities on a platform that was by that time used only in Slovenia for just one bank from the Nexi Group, which is our biggest client. Mm-hmm. At that point in time, the idea was to consolidate the old legacy system that we had in-house. So basically we had two legacy systems, one in Slovenia and one in Croatia, and the idea was to migrate these systems to the new platform Exact and to basically save the cost and make the platform, let's say, much more efficient and much more let's say, cheaper. Mm-hmm. So the idea was to migrate 8 or 9 clients at that point in time that were basically processed either by banks on the client side, either on the old legacy platforms that we have in our own company. And in order to do that, we needed to onboard additional workforce, so engineers software engineers primarily, that would help us actually to do all the additional development and develop all the required functionalities, and also to perform migrations from the old systems to the new target one. And at that time, basically it was very hard to get the funding and to onboard new people internally. So the decision from the board was basically to look for external workforce, to find partners that would help us in that process, and to do it quickly and basically resolve and then perform all these migrations in a couple of years, and then continue developing platform internally with our own internal workforce. So it was a challenge, of course, to find a larger number of people in a very short time, and we turned to Serengeti at the time, and we started the cooperation with several engineers at the first time, and then the team grew, and as the business was developing, we onboarded more and more people, which actually was proved to be later on proved to be a very good decision and very good investment.
Meaning that sometimes you have to outsource things so you can focus on your core business and make your life easier, right?
Exactly. Sometimes, you can basically, sometimes you cannot rely only on your own resources, and it's not wise to do that, because if you have a reliable partner on the other side who can help you on the short term, you can achieve your business goals much faster and at a lesser cost at the end. But it seems that we did a very good job with insourcing new clients, new banks, and soon we got more and more requests for additional features and additional improvements and additional stuff that clients want us to do. So it was not anymore, let's say, practical or business justified to let go of the good people that we hired from Serengeti, but we decided to continue the cooperation and continue actually the good partnership that we had so far, and continue working on development of these new features with Serengeti. And we are still here together and fighting together to actually provide the best possible service for our clients and to actually grow together in this journey, I would say.
Branimir, how has the maintenance, continuous improvement, migration of legacy card management system to Exact platform improved efficiency and reduced costs for Nexi?
Well, each consolidation project is supposed to save the money, because you replace one or more old systems with a new one, and in the long term, of course, it should bring the immediate savings. But in this case, in our case, the migration was not only about the saving costs and just doing the consolidation to the new platform in order to save money, but was also to improve processes, primarily software development lifecycle process, and the ways actually how we maintain and how we are developing the new platform and the new applications on that platform. So one of the important areas that we focused on was CI/CD pipeline, so continuous integration and continuous deployment, where we invested significant time and energy and money, of course, to improve the process itself and enable faster delivery and deployments of new features and new solutions. And that's the one of the areas that actually we got great help from Serengeti, and worked with several very good Serengeti engineers from that area who helped us actually to establish the new system from the scratch. So not only the development and the let's say core development of applications was important for us, but also the supporting functions like DevOps and build management, which actually Serengeti supported us very, very well.
That's my next question. So with the 7 developers and 2 testers dedicated to the project, how have you found our team's expertise and approach to handling both development and DevOps tasks?
So I think that Serengeti actually provided us with excellent service in all areas for years now. It's true. All these developers and DevOps engineers have been with us for quite a long time, and they've been growing and building the expertise together with our internal team members, and I can say that they are all now experts in their areas, and there is practically no difference between the internal engineers in our teams and Serengeti engineers, who I would dare to say augment our teams and provide us with excellent expertise, not just to support us and execute daily tasks and daily activities, but also to teach and transfer knowledge to the younger colleagues who join our teams over the time.
Can you share an example of key feature or improvement made on Exact that actually made a significant difference to your operations?
Yes, well, there were plenty of those, I would dare to say, but if I recollect some of the examples from the past, maybe the most important one, or the best example that I can think of, is 2019, when we started to develop our container-based platform and decided to improve our Exact system and do the technological migration to the new container platform. At that point in time, that was all, let's say, the very beginning of such technology, and there were not many .NET Core developers available in the industry, and not much expertise around. But it was very important for us to actually start going into that direction in order to make our systems much more efficient, easier to maintain, and easier to actually provide the service at the end for our clients. So decision was to go in that direction, and since we didn't have that expertise in-house, we decided to turn again to Serengeti and see if they can help us. And again, it was proved to be a very good decision. In a very short time, actually Serengeti was able to support us with several .NET Core developers who actually did have previous experience, very important for every project, but especially for the one that was dealing with completely new stuff, new technology. And we established the team in a very short period of time and successfully actually performed that migration and executed the project, developing several microservices that are now let's say, the core of the new platform that we are still, of course, developing. It's a long journey, but that's one of the maybe biggest success stories that we built together with Serengeti. The other example is, well, since we did obviously a lot of migrations and a lot of insourcing of new clients, new banks to our new system over the years, Our platform grew also in a sense of transaction volumes that we were processing. That caused certain issues or challenges, primarily performance-wise. And that was reflected mostly in the transaction processing area, where due to higher and higher number of transactions that we were required to process, our systems was, let's say, not dimensioned properly. So we decided to go into improvement project and do the significant optimization in this transaction processing logic, which was also a demanding task. We did not have, let's say, enough workforce to do it on our own, because we had other, business features and changes requested by client to do and to work on in parallel, because business never stops. And we turned again to Serengeti, and also in very quick time we got several experienced engineers that help us successfully execute the optimization project and help us to basically survive in these hard times. So those are basically the examples, maybe the most important examples.
It's good to have a helpful hand on the other side. Given the continuous nature and involvement of the Exact platform, how do we ensure system improvements and new functionalities align with Nexi's evolving business needs?
Yes, this is always the big challenge. Business requirements can only be bigger and bigger, and it's good when it's like that. So that means that basically we can grow both in a business way, but also in a technological way. In order to support such a dynamic conditions and such a dynamic nature of our industry, we adopted let's say, not just technology, but also methodology that is actually quite common in modern software companies. And we decided to adopt Agile several years ago. Mostly we use the standard Scrum Agile methodology, but what is maybe specific for our company and not so many others are using this is a SAFe framework, SAFe Agile framework, that is basically allowing us to scale the Scrum methodology on multiple teams.
Can you tell us how you actually implemented SAFe? This is very interesting topics. We were talking about this a lot in Serengeti, especially with Ivanka, our director of development. So could you just tell us how you implemented it and how you did all this?
Yes, SAFe is, as I said, is let's say upgrade to the standard Scrum methodology, which is good when you have a, let's say, smaller number of teams. The theory says up to 5, when those teams are able to collaborate between themselves and align on their own. But when you have a larger development organization like ours, for example, 15 plus development teams, it gets challenging to not just to align teams together and among themselves, but also to provide the proper business inputs and priorities which they have to work on. So you need to have a certain kind of planning on top of standard regular 2-week sprints. That is the common way how the Agile works. And by adopting SAFe, we developed the whole process on top of it, which allowed us to do the planning 2 months ahead. Usually the planning period takes 5 sprints, which is 10 weeks, 2 months. And during that period of time, teams are focusing on the business priorities that have been defined at the time of the planning. So we could also say that this system basically provides short-term planning. It does not exclude, of course, yearly or quarterly plans, but gives the, let's say, much broader context to development teams in a sense that they don't think only 2 weeks ahead, but which is the period of one sprint, but they look kind of 5 sprints or 10 weeks ahead. And Serengeti, as part of our development organization and part of our development teams, completely fitted in this ways of working. I would say, to avoid the term methodology, because Agile is more than methodology. So they completely adopted the ways of working and actually behave as any other member of our development teams, working in such a way. Also, we talked before about the DevOps team and the support that we have from DevOps as a kind of service team, which provides the CI/CD pipeline and build management internal service to the development teams. This is also part of the broader system and enables basically whole system to work correctly, so which also makes it a very important part, although not directly part of the Agile setup.
What challenges, if any, did Nexi have during the migration phase, and how did Serengeti help address those challenges?
Well, we had many challenges. Some of those we already mentioned, but I think it is a normal and natural part of the business, each and every business. So it's, I would say, the most important thing is not to know the answer and the solution to every problem or challenge that we have up front, and that you basically have during your business as usual, but to have the right people and right skilled engineers who are able to find the solution in the fastest possible time. So it's not the point is not to have the smartest people in the world with solution right, from their sleeve, but to have engineers who can know how to solve the problem, use their experience, use their, let's say, skills to adapt and to find the problem, to find the solution to the problem they're facing. And this is what actually makes good engineers, and those are not very easy to find. When you have a reliable partner that you can basically rely in the times of business need and the times when you have certain issues, or simply when you need additional workforce to help you cope with the amount of work that you have, that's a very valuable asset that you can get. And we had actually luck to work with some of very good engineers from Serengeti who helped us exactly in these times when finding solutions to problems that we had was a crucial part of the business.
As Nexi continues to evolve, what future improvements or developments do you envision for Exact platform, and how do you see Serengeti helping you to achieve those?
Yes, we are living and working in very interesting and demanding times, I would say. The Nexi strategy, as I already mentioned at the beginning, is to develop top-notch platforms and payment systems on a European and world scale, but also to be able to serve the needs of the client locally. We have that, let's say, opportunity to broaden the area for which we are currently providing services, meaning that have clear expectations from the Nexi Group to onboard more and more new clients even from the wider region than it is now. So we expect new banks, new clients to join our platforms in future years and future time, meaning that we will have new opportunities. We will definitely have a business need to develop new features and probably maybe some completely new modules on exact platform. And definitely we will need to rely to Serengeti also in the future to continue providing the excellent support both in workforce, supporting us in a daily job and business as usual, but also as they did in the past, providing us resources for the fixed price project when we have exactly very well defined goals that we need to achieve, and that actually we can allow such teams to work independently of everything else and provide us with new functionalities or projects on the fixed price model.
What advice would you give to other organizations that are considering hiring a service such as you have with us, Serengeti?
First of all, I have to say that we consider Serengeti as a very reliable partner and actually very good choice that we made in the past. Well, it's sometimes it's a very tough decision when you have to choose and select the partner, the vendor, the company that you will basically work with and rely for a longer period of time. And in order to make such a decision, a lot of risks are usually taken in account. For those that are not willing or maybe able to take a great risk, maybe the good choice or the good approach is to start with a smaller project, or maybe to select several vendors and just let it go for some time to see how it works and how it fits, and then make a decision based on performance and based on a service that actually you're getting from the partner. It was a similar approach that we did, and actually the choice with Serengeti that we made was the right one, I would say. And all these years that we've been working together, and especially the future challenges that are ahead of us, we still seriously count on a Serengeti, which again we consider as extremely reliable and a good partner in our business. So I hope we'll stay together in our story and continue building the payment card adventure with us for many years.
We hope so too. So is there anything else you would like to share, or any final words about the collaboration and the impact of Exact, the impact of Serengeti? Anything else?
Just like I said during the conversation, the collaboration and expertise that we got from Serengeti was always very, very, very good. So I cannot add anything, let's say, special on top of that, except maybe that related to reliability of the partner and the ways of our collaboration. It's easy when the times are good and when you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of projects, when the business is growing. These are the times when there are less problems, and in these times it's maybe not that important who is on the other side. But when the challenges come in, when the bad times come in, if you have a partner on the other side who understands you and who is able to adjust to the situation and be flexible in providing the kind of service and the need that you as a business have, it's priceless. So I believe that we had an extremely good collaboration and cooperation, both in good and in bad times.
Thank you everyone for watching another webinar by Serengeti. If you want to learn more about our collaboration with Nexi or some other projects, please visit our website www.serengetitech.com. Thank you.